Hey guys, Timmy here. I'm going to answer some questions I'm going to be given today that are comics related. But before we do that, I'll answer the question of why does Timmy always have stains on his shirt when he does reviews? Well, that's a really good question slash answer. So 90% of the time, it's usually coffee. I drink a lot of it. Or the other 10% of the time, which is actually is right now, is I have to put water on my face to wake me up because I'm on the 12th hour of my work day. But yeah, the more you know. I'd like to think I pull off the watery shirt thing, but you know, to each their own. But yeah, so I've been given some questions right now, and I'm going to answer them. I don't know what these questions are. They're about to be thrown at me, and I hope you guys enjoy. Because I'm Timmy and I know everything about comics and cannot catch a ball of paper. I've also never been on a sports team in my life. Go figure, right? All right, so number one, what's the best DC book out now? What makes it so great? That's a really good question. If I had to pick, there's a lot of really good ones. But I can tell you I smile the most when reading All-Star Batman by Scott Snyder and John Romita Jr. That book to me is everything I love about Batman in one. I'm known to be a huge lover of Adam West Batman, and I really feel All-Star Batman is like the Batman with Adam West's brain, but like the body of a badass Batman with badass gadgets, but they're still kind of like ridiculous, like the Batman 66 gadgets, like shark repellent. I mean, even in issue 2, there's like a shark repellent joke. I really love it. It works. And it's just like nonstop action and like really good story and twists and turns, and I dig it. All right, question 2 to be thrown at me. Ha, caught that one. Who are the Kree? The Kree, to everyone really, are the blue aliens in Marvel Comics, bluish greenish. They were made famous to the world in Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie. Ronan the Accuser is of Kree origin. So is, I believe, Karen Gillan's character in the movie. She plays, oh man, what's her, Nebula. Thank you. I was going to say Nova, and I was like, dude, brain fire. Like I said, 12-hour day. Yeah, good old Nebula. But yeah, so blue aliens, they were made famous in Marvel Comics through the 60s and onward. Their huge storylines have been in Fantastic Four and Avengers. In Avengers, they were part of the Kree Skrull War epic event. The Kree are also tied with, when it comes to Captain Marvel, or Captain Marvel of the Marvel origin, since he is of Kree origin, the original Captain Marvel, not the Carol Danvers, but she's, I guess, tied with that stuff as well, being that she was to do with him and he was a product of the Kree. And the Inhumans, essentially prehistoric man were abducted and experimented on with this thing called the Terrigen mists, and they were brought into Inhumans. The Terrigen mists was made, and the experiments were done by the Kree. So that was that. And yeah, that's like the highlights of the Kree. Apologize again on my brain fart for Nebula, but I don't really care because I own a comic book store and you don't. What was Lex Luthor going on about in the jail cell in the movie? That being Batman vs Superman. Well, what I recommend first of all is watching the BVS extended cut, which was super sick, about 3 hours long of awesomeness. So what's really cool too about in the extended cut is that scene's more extended and Batman's like, I'm gonna send you to Arkham, blah, 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 blah. And I think that's cool to have Arkham name dropped in the movie. It sucks I didn't make it to the theatrical cut. But anyway, to answer your question, so Lex Luthor is going on and on about the stuff he saw when touching the Kryptonian like library of like knowledge of the universe. And in the extended cut, you get to see him talk to like this hologram of what is a New God character, DC Comics New Gods, written and created and drawn by our God and Savior, Jack Kirby. Yeah, so apparently like he's gone crazy from that and knowing the secrets of the universe. And really he's referring to Darkseid and stuff, which is the villain of DC Comics and a New God character who kind of evolved from a New God's villain to like the villain of Superman and the Justice League and et cetera, et cetera. He's one of my all-time favorite characters in comics. I love the New Gods and I love Darkseid. A part of me hopes that he'll make it on the screen before Thanos versus the Avengers, because I think that'd be funny, because Thanos in Avengers and Guardians, who you've seen already in Avengers and Guardians the movies, Thanos was actually a rip off of Darkseid in the comics. So it'd be really funny if the original one actually made it to a feature-length movie first, but nah, I think Thanos is going to beat him, but whatever, I think both will be awesome. I love Thanos, I love Darkseid, I just love giant, purple, black, omnipotent bad guys, I guess, who chill in space and want to conquest it all. I mean, I can relate, right? All right, how did Captain Marvel get her powers? So, like, Captain Marvel essentially got her powers through Captain Marvel in the 70s, and she actually wasn't Captain Marvel at first, because he was still Captain Marvel for a while. But yeah, she got her powers through him, and it was some like crazy issue thing, and then she debuted in the 70s with her own title called Miss Marvel. And yeah, and then years and years later, like real recently, like the last 5 years, she became Captain Marvel, even though like Captain Marvel had like died, but then like other people took over the name of Captain Marvel, and then she finally just took it and was like, yo, I'm Carol Danvers, it's me now. And she got like a new costume with it and stuff too, like superheroes do. But yeah, she was Miss Marvel first. Since Superman is dead now in the movie, how will they bring him back? That's a good question. So he wasn't in the Justice League movie trailer, but he was in the Justice League still they released, where it was like all 6 of them. Should be 7, but I guess GL's not making it in this movie, or is he? But yeah, so I think he will probably be in the 3rd act of the movie and come back to help with the final fight against whoever that is, whether it's actually Darkseid or a New Gods villain character. In the comics, he came out in his black suit. They've already shown a video, or excuse me, a photo still of like Henry Cavill posted on Instagram where it was like a black costume. I really hope they go with the Silver S, but that Silver S was already on his coffin in BVS, so maybe it will just be a black suit and no Silver S or silver, you know, bands here and there. And I don't think you'll have a mullet. Sorry, internet. I know you really want the mullet in your live action movie. But yeah, so like, I think they're going to go for, you know, he came back due to the sun regenerating him, and he was just like appeared to be dead, but really he was alive the whole time, and he was just kind of like in this like coma where his body shuts down, and where it just really appeared he was dead. I think that's what we're going to go for, because it's essentially kind of like what it was like in the comics, with like some help from like Eradicator, I believe, and all that stuff. I think really though they're going to maybe do the Reign of Superman story in the Man of Steel 2 movie that just got confirmed like 2 days ago. I think they'll do like, I don't know, like Cyborg Superman, Steel, Superboy, maybe. I can hope. That'd be super cool to get that in a live action movie, when really what we'll get in Justice League is him being back from the dead, and him like, I don't know, him coming back from the dead because his friends were in need and he needed to help out and save the day because he's Superman. Because like the whole thing with Man of Steel, Batman, or Man of Steel Superman and Batman vs Superman, or the Zack Snyder Superman is like, for some reason he's Jesus Christ. So I'm sure he's going to return back from the dead just when the world needs him. But like, fun fact for you, Superman's actually Moses in the comics, not Jesus Christ. Other side. Who's Ego the Planet? Great question. So Ego the Planet is this giant planet in Marvel Comics in space. He's this giant planet with a face and a goatee. And he's just kind of like this giant asshole who's a planet. That's great. He's a jerk and he's cosmic, and he appears in like Avengers, Fantastic Four, Guardians, Silver Surfer comics, and apparently in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 movie, he is Star-Lord's dad. And apparently, like, you'll see like the planet transform to Kurt Russell. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but if I get Kurt Russell's face imposed on a planet, I'm all for it. I really am. It's wacky and it's crazy, and it was literally the reveal no one guessed. I had like a pool of like 5 different options going on for 2 years straight, and not a single one of me and my friends got it. I didn't even get it, and I think that's great. But yeah, so I think that's it for the questions this week. If you guys enjoyed this video, maybe we'll do more. If you didn't, maybe we'll do more. Either way, I don't know. Have a great night. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, if you like that video, click root to watch more videos, or one that's playing right now on autoplay. If you want to subscribe and you haven't already, I think you should, and it's this button right here, somewhere down here, that says subscribe. Yeah, I feel like you should do it. It's the right choice to do.